So last day in Krakow. I don't know that there's going to be many steps today because we have to leave the Airbnb by 11. And our flight departs at 10 past 8. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing in between then, but I don't know, maybe. No, actually, I don't think we're going to be doing many steps, but I imagine we'll still do the target, the 5,000. So when we were coming here, when we were going through Stansted, we went over the target. So I guess there was a lot of walking around the airport, and Krakow airport seemed a lot smaller than Stansted, and I kind of thought Stansted was a small airport, but walking through it, it's not. But I guess because the last time I was flying, I went to Jamaica through Heathrow, so see Heathrow is a lot bigger than Stansted. Well, it's got more terminals than Stansted. But anyway, stay tuned and see what happens next on our last day here in Krakow. I have to say I've had a really good time here, and I would come back to. I think there's a lot more stuff to see and do here, and it'd be nice to go back to Warsaw as well, and maybe another city, or just go to maybe stay in Warsaw. And we're just taking a walk down to the river to this modern development we saw, where it's an older building with a modern building that has a Corten steel facade bridging over the older building. So when we were in Warsaw, we met this guy when we went to eat. We met this guy on the ground floor, and he got chatting to us, and he works in Krakow. No, he lives in Krakow, works in Warsaw, and he recommended this restaurant that we'd seen when we'd been on the cruises. Go down to last night. I think it was around about midnight once we got the car, drove back from Stansted. I was so knackered, but we did, what did we do? I think it was 9,400 and something steps, or at least I did. So the other thing was, I was talking to Mum, and her pedometer on her iPhone counted more steps than me and Dad's ones on our Samsung. So me and Dad, our steps were relatively similar, and Mum's was, I think it was like maybe 500 to 1,000 more. So I was like, that's a bit annoying, because which one is more accurate? But anyway, we've done over the target, so I guess that's all that really counts. I've come for a ride, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop at certain points and walk the route, some of the routes that I ride to work. I'm not heading to work. I'm just going to kind of like circle around, do a bit of a horseshoe and come back home. Okay, so I'm at Wandsworth Common now, and I'm going to do the same as what I did before at Tooting Common. Just jump off the bike, walk along the common, jump back on, I guess I'm going to head to Clapham Junction and then on to Battersea Park. So I'm at Battersea Park now on the terrace walk with the Albert Bridge in the background, and I'm just going to walk along the terrace over to Battersea Bridge, and then I'm going to jump back on the bike. Changed my mind. I didn't go over the bridge into Chelsea in the end. I decided to just keep walking along the terrace and head to Battersea Power Station. So I'm going to walk a little further along, and then I'm going to start riding again. So I've reached Vauxhall now, and I'm by all the towers. What I'm going to do, I'm going to jump back on the bike soon, go for a bit of a ride there. It's an area that's changed so much. There used to be, so this was the first skyscraper in the area, and now you've got all these ones, as well as in the distance you can see the American Embassy. I've just walked down Carnaby Street, and as I was saying, the app is still saying 1,451, despite the fact, where did I walk? I walked along the Thames, I've walked along Carnaby Street, and it's still the same. So sometimes, for some reason, it just seems really slow at updating the app. And I'm going to jump on the bike again, because this is kind of one of the most annoying areas. It's central bit. There's a lot of tourists, people obviously really excited to be in London, basically what I was doing last week in Krakow. But they're not looking where they're going, they're looking every which way. They're in the road, they're walking like it's a pedestrianised road when it clearly isn't. But what can you do? ended up coming back to King's Cross, having a bit of a walk round from Granary Square over to, I'll just show you, this place over here, Lightroom. So when I first saw it, I just thought of Adobe Lightroom, but it was on Facebook the other day, and it seems to be one of these immersive experience places. So at the moment they've got a dinosaur experience, and then you've got Cold Rock Yards in the distance with the Samsung headquarters. So I'm going to jump back on the bike again, and I'm going to ride back through Granary Square, and then I think I'm going to go south, head over the river, and maybe walk somewhere back there. I did nearly 3,000 steps, and when we were in Poland, in Krakow, and well, not so much Warsaw, but when we were in Krakow, I found it quite easy to really excel over the target. But it's really quiet today at work, so I'm on about 2,500 steps. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to achieve it today, unless there's like some sort of walk that I get to go on after work. I'm thinking maybe in my lunch break I might take a walk around the block. So I hadn't made my steps up from work. I'm on 4,200 and something steps. So what I decided to do is come out for a walk. I've got to get some matches, some other stuff. So I'm going to walk up to the corner shop. I'm going to go the long way. So hopefully by then walking up there and walking back will have totaled me up to 5,000 steps. So I was going to head to the corner shop that's just down the road. It's not too far, but as I said, I'm going to go the long way and get those steps in. So I think it's like about 800 steps. So hopefully by the time I get back, I'll have made it, I'll have achieved it. Because yesterday, what did I do? I did about nearly 3,000, and I don't want to go day after day not meeting the target, just because me and Mum are quite ahead with the step target so far. So good news, I'm almost at the shops, and when I last looked, it was on 4,978 steps. So I thought it would take walking to the shops and walking home to meet the target, but I'm glad to see that that wasn't the case. So thankfully by the time I get home, I'll be over the target.